As at March 8, 2021, over 117 million COVID-19 cases had been recorded across the globe, with 61.1 million recoveries and 2.59 million deaths. Of these astronomical figures, statistics from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) shows that Nigeria's COVID-19 profile in the last 1 year has been dilly-dallying. However, with over 159,000 cases, over 137,000 recoveries, and almost 2,000 deaths, Nigeria is among the high-profile nations with seemingly few casualties. When Nigeria recorded our index case in March 2020 and the subsequent spread of the virus in the country, there was an initial defiance in town about the authenticity of the cases, but Nigerians were pegged to reality when VIPs started losing their lives to the dreaded virus. Nigeria's ex-chief of staff Abba Kyari, ex-governor of Oyo State Abiola Ajimobi, Senator Bayo Oshinowo, Senator Buruji Kashamu, among other prominent Nigerians, lost their lives to COVID-19, and this just about confirmed the authenticity of the disease in the country. Some of the people who died as a result of this pandemic were breadwinners or were the sources of livelihood for many people around them. Therefore, their deaths may have caused a setback for some of them. Therefore, this special report, supported by the Wole Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism, touches the light on how dependents and family members of COVID-19 casualties have fared since their demise. Legit.ng's Damilare Okunla traveled to Ilorin, Abeokuta, and moved around some parts of Lagos State to carry out this report, but it was more difficult than envisaged. For instance, in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, there was a report about a young lady who lost her husband to COVID-19 barely 4 months into their marriage. But when this reporter sought to have her tell her story, she declined vehemently. She was said to still be traumatized by the incident, especially since she was already 2 months pregnant for her late husband. In another development in Ilorin, 3 respondents who had promised to share their experience refused to see the journalist because he came in from Lagos State. Their fear was that anyone coming from Lagos, being the state with the highest number of cases and deaths in Nigeria, will surely have the virus. Thus, the trip to Ilorin ended in a huge disappointment. From Ilorin, this journalist went to Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, where 2 close associates and dependents of late Senator Buruji Kashamu spoke about their late benefactor. Sunkanmi Oyejide, one of the media aides of the late Ogun senator, stated that he misses the politician badly because he was like a father figure to him.
You know, I was with him for 5 years, so we did a lot of things, but we did a lot, but a moment I want to recollect was a particular day he called me and asked me what can we do for the youth. You know, in 2019 he contested the governorship seat in Ogun State, and he asked me if I become a governor tomorrow, what can we do for the youth? You know, that shows he was a man that has the interest of the youth at heart. And I make a lot of recommendations. You know, we have a lot of graduates turning out of our institutions every year. So I make a lot of recommendations how we can positively engage the youth. So that very moment when your boss calls you by midnight and asks you, you know, such sensitive questions, that shows you are very, very important to him, and that importantly that particular person is ready to work and to serve the people. So and a whole lot like that. Another one was when a particular guy from Odogbolu local government, that guy by the name Sikiru, you know, I think the tumor of the jaw, very, very big like this, and he has been coming around and looking for help. He has been going around, knocking on so many politicians' doors looking for help, and someone referred him to Senator Buruji Kashamu, and he came with the picture. And unfortunately for him, Senator Buruji Kashamu wasn't around then, But when two weeks later, we received the letter and the photograph from that particular person, Sikiru. And when we showed it to me, it was like, wow, what is this? Where is this guy? Call him immediately. And we did just that. And Sikiru, he was asked to come to our office at Omolu Foundation, head office at Ijebu. And from there, he said, yeah, take this guy to UCH then. And we did that. On getting there, he said, how much? Close to 5 million naira. And immediately he transferred the money. And he asked me not to leave the hospital. I was there for 3 weeks. So, we did a lot together. In Senator Bush Kashamu, he was a great philanthropist. And up to this present moment, I am here to see anyone that can step into his shoes, except God, provide another person for us. But at the moment, no one can even, come near him in terms of what he has done for the people. I never perceived COVID wasn't serious, because we watch television every day. We monitor CNN, and we see how people were dying in Italy, Spain, America, and other developed in the Western world generally. So, and this is Nigeria, whereby we cannot say we are the same level with America and all those countries. So I was like, God should. I was thinking maybe the world, was coming to an end then, that last year, because the Bible says by the time the world is coming to an end, you'll be seeing signs, things that has never happened before. And my thought was that, wow, God, please forgive us if there is a particular sin we have committed. Please forgive us. We will do the needful and we will not go back to our sinful ways. If you can, make sure, if you can bail us out of this. That was I took it so serious, and there were so many high-profile Nigerians, that also died. So I took it serious. So
the day you learned about his death, what were you doing and how did you feel? Did you believe it?
Yes, I never believed. I think I had a problem with one of my tires, and it was on a Saturday, and I saw something on social media, Senator, posted by one guy from Ijebu, the local government. And I said, what is this? I didn't take it serious because a lot of things fly around on social media. So 2 hours later, my boss, Osioniyoko, Yoko, he called me and said, my brother, we lost him. I said, who? He said, Senator Buji Kasham, that our guy is no more. I wasn't myself for 1 hour. I couldn't leave that place because I couldn't drive. And I was like thinking, so just like that, what happened? What could happen? A man of just 61-year-old, 3 weeks back, he was talking to people, and a lot of people are saying yes, they spoke with him, he's doing fine, and and all of a sudden, news just broke out that he's no more. So for like 2 hours, I wasn't myself, and a lot of people were calling media personalities, media houses, reputable media houses, calling me, to find out if truly, they need to talk to an insider. And I couldn't pick any call at that moment, In fact, a friend of mine, has to come from Lagos, and, said, let's go. You can't be alone at this moment. So I was with my friend till the following day. When after that, the following day, we all have to travel to Ijebu, his hometown. It was when I saw him, then I said, yes, this man is no more. It was a bitter news. It was so difficult to take. When you are working with a boss that can give, that is ready to go extra mile to make people happy, a boss that is always comfortable putting smiles on the faces of people, a boss that then he was ready to use his hard-earned resources, everything, he was ready to use it for humanity. So you learn a lot from such person. And then on the political aspect, you know, this is how to do it. You, as a politician, you don't have to be far from your people at the grassroots. You don't have to disengage yourself from the people. If they vote you in and you are there to represent them, have it at the back of your mind that you are representing the interests of the masses and not to go out there and enrich your pocket. These are the things Senator Buji Kashamu will tell you. And most importantly, he will tell you, in politics, please, you don't need to go violent, you don't need to fight anybody. In politics, we will disagree to agree. You don't need to fight anybody, you don't need to resort to illegality or you agree and what have you. If there is anything that you are not comfortable with, the law court is there. Approach the law court. That was how he lived his life. But at the moment, I'm missing him because when you say, if you are talking about an emotionally intelligent political leader, you talk of Senator Buji Kashamu. I'm saying emotionally intelligent in the sense that when you are with him and he discovered that you are not happy, you know, you looking dull, immediately you say something is wrong with this guy. So, my brother, what is happening? Do you need a break from work? Do you need something? Then from there, you see, yes, I have some family issues to solve. You say, okay, take 1 week, take 2 weeks. Okay, you need something, okay, give him money, let him go and sort himself out. You know, apart from your salary, apart from your monthly take-home, he can read you. Once he says, you know, this is not Oyejide's mood, something must be wrong. That's why I say emotionally intelligent. It takes an emotionally intelligent leader, you know, to see all this. So many politicians, they say, you go, your monthly salary is so amount, I've paid it, yeah, what next? Please go and deliver. But to get the best out of you, to get the best from you, a leader needs to go extra mile, take his time, and, you know, study people around him very well. And that was why Senator Buji Kashamu was able to achieve a lot politically during his lifetime. You want to talk about during the Ileya festival and a lot of people in his house, a lot of people will just move in there, thousands of people. And on his own, he will be the one sharing foodstuffs, money, and so many other things. So that people will go to their house. Instead of people coming to his own compound to eat there, no, he's going to give them money, foodstuff, ram, and what have you. So go to your own house, eat there, make your own family happy too.
Mr. Oyejide, the Ogun State PDP Publicity Secretary, explained that, like him, many others have benefited immensely from the generosity of the late governorship aspirants in Ogun State.
One of those things I miss greatly, you know, every year it changes, it gives you a new car. Every year it says, no, take this new car to enhance so that you can, you know, perform your duty effectively. So every year, the car I'm driving at the moment, he gave it to me, and 2 months after giving it to me, we lost him. This is 2021 now. I should be thinking of, you know, collecting another car, receiving another car from him. But now he's no more. He's no more. So what it means is that I need to, you know, personally from my pocket, you know, get a car if I want a car. So I miss that. Another thing is his fatherly role. You know, he always sees you as one of his children. He advises you and talks to you, always tell you to be humble, and that as a politician, aspiring or political office holder, you always prepare us ahead, you know, making us realize that once we have the opportunity of being elected into elected position, we should not see it as an avenue whereby we are going to reach our pockets, but we should see it as a call to service.
Corroborating the words of Sukomi was a strong politician in Ogun State, popularly and fondly referred to as Baba Lakpoti. Asked what his fondest memories with the late politicians were, he said,
Momo Senator Buji Kashamu. Bí mo ṣe mọ̀ ni mo jókòó sílé mi báyìí náà ní níjọ́ kan. Mo kàn máa ń fi ọkàn mi torí bí ó ṣe ń ja ogun yẹn tí wọ́n wí pé wọ́n pè l'Amẹ́ríkà, wọ́n pè níbi kan ṣe tí mo ń sọ yìí pé wọ́n tí wọ́n ò rí nígbà tí ó máa kúrò lọ́dọ̀ wọn ni ó fi ìlú yìí máa kúrò dúdú wọ́n fẹ́ mú wa ní Nàìjíríà lè gan ni mo tún máa ń ṣàdúrà yẹn fún mo mọ̀ rárá tẹ́lẹ̀ mo kàn ń ṣàdúrà fún 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 ṣá. Níjọ́ kan mo kàn rí tẹ́ ọmọ kan wọlé à ń gbọ́ ọmọ yẹn ní Bóyè ó ń gbé ládùúgbò Kútọ̀ ló ní Burújì Kàṣà mo ní kí n wá lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ní bá fi lọ. Mo ti wá lọ sí Èkó yẹn ni mo wá rí Burújì Kàṣà mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ gan-an mo dẹ̀ ń ṣe àdúrà fún ẹ o. N gbò díjọ́ keje tí mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àdúrà fún ẹ tọkàntọkàn òní wá ní pé òun pè mí yìí o. Mo kì í ṣe pé nǹkan kan mo nífẹ̀ẹ́ gan-an nítorí pé gbogbo ohun tó ń ṣe lórí ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ ni. Ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ nìkan tó gbóyàwó tí wọ́n ní orúkọ ẹ̀ ojú orúkọ ni tó gbóyè dáadáa. Ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ mùsùlùmí tó jẹ́ mùsùlùmí tó gbóyà tí kì í ṣe mùsùlùmí yẹpẹrẹ. Ni mo ṣe nífẹ̀ẹ́ òun náà sáfà mi tọwọ́ tẹsẹ̀ mo sábẹ̀ sí rí gbogbo ìṣesí ẹ̀ bí mo ṣe ń fi àdúrà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ fẹ́ni tí mo jẹ́ pé tó ń jẹ́ lórí Nàìjíríà báyìí lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tí mo fẹ́ kó jórí lórí Nàìjíríà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo ṣe ń ṣàdúrà fún mo ṣe ń ṣàdúrà fún mo dẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣàdúrà fún ẹ̀ ló ń ga sókè ló ń ga sókè ló ń ga sókè ó dẹ̀ ṣe ń ga sókè náà dẹ̀ mímí náà mọ̀ra tó ń pè mí tó ń ṣe tó ń mọ̀ ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ ẹni tó Burújì Kàṣà mu ó jẹ́ nìkan tó láwọ́ kò diwọ́ rárá kò mú kan akì náà tó bá ti rí ẹ pé gba ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣàdéhùn bẹ́ẹ̀ kó má déhùn yẹn ṣe ni kò ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣàdéhùn láyé kó má déhùn yẹn ṣe kó wá tán ẹ̀ jẹ kò mọ̀ mọ́ ṣe ń tàn yàn jẹ rárá tí ẹni kó sá máa sọ òdodo bó fẹ́ pé ọjà máa dọ̀là bó máa di ojú kú báyìí òdodo yẹn ló máa sọ àpò òun ní padà títí ó dẹ̀ fi di pé ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run tó jọ́ fi dé báyìí orí òdodo yẹn ló ń dúró lé lórí pé òdodo tóun ṣe òun ló máa ṣe ń tóun òun ní padà ó jẹ́ nìkan tó gbóyà tó gbóyà gan-an akọniwájú adájọ́ ni kò ṣẹjọ́ kan tèmi gbọ́ sí tèmi rí tutu ẹjọ́ yẹn ò tẹ́ jẹ́ pé òun ló jẹ̀bi òyìnbó òun ló máa jàre.
He explained also that his late benefactor would have started preparing special layer packages for him as the Islamic festival draws nigh.
Tó bá di ọdún bá ṣe ń bọ́ ọdún ìtura àwẹ̀ ṣe ń bọ̀ yìí máa pìpì alẹ́ lẹ pé àwẹ̀ ló ń bọ̀ yìí o kò tó ń fẹ́ kó má rí mi náwẹ̀ rárá ó pọ̀ gan-an tó bá dẹ̀ ti wà di Ìjẹ̀bú-Igbó máa pé kán pè mí tàbí kán gbé mi wá tàbí kán wá pàdé oníjẹ̀bú-Igbó kò sí ẹ mọ́ mi tẹ̀ mọ́ bí kú yẹ ti wá mo sá mọ̀ pé básìkò bá ti tó ọjọ́ tí wọn kọ́ lé ayé tó bá ti dùn pé Ọlọ́run á pè okòrò ní okòrò kọ́ ò mi ò dẹ̀ bá wọn sọ gbogbo yẹn mo sá mọ̀ pé ọlọ́jọ́ ẹ̀ lò lásìkò ẹ̀ lò tó lọ́jọ́ fi mú lọ.
While it was pretty difficult to get a middle-class Nigerian who died of the COVID-19 disease, it is important to remind the government that there should be certain plan and preparations to cater to the needs of families of coronavirus casualties. Since most of these people lost their lives to an unprecedented pandemic, the government should be able to cater to their families' needs in absentia. In the United States, for instance, the federal government is providing succor for some of such dependents financially and emotionally to compensate them for the loss of their loved ones. Mr. Isaac Salako, a Nigerian resident in the United States, explains how this works and shares insights on the bill that was recently passed.
Losing a loved one has never been an easy pill to swallow, especially at a time that it's difficult to say goodbye and also in financial distress. That's why the government of the United States at all levels put it upon itself to assist its citizens at the time they need it most. Part of the program put in place was when the Congress passed a relief bill that includes direct payment to families, and also in that bill is a $2 billion that is allocated through the Federal Emergency Management Agency to disburse to the family of those that lost their loved ones during the pandemic. Also at the state and local level, there are programs that are put in place to assist people both emotionally and financially. That's why in every country of the world, it is essential for the government to cater for its people at the critical time of need.
With a little research online, we also discovered how the government is compensating families of people who lost their lives to the pandemic. In providing succor for family members or dependents of people who died as a result of COVID-19, the federal government can also make certain pronouncements or allocations for the family members according to the amount the deceased were earning before they lost their lives to the pandemic. Will the federal government of Nigeria also toe this path and make life easy for family members or dependents of people who died as a result of this pandemic?